Looks like the Chinese are starting to recruit mercenaries on the deep web to launch guerrilla-type attacks that can't be traced back.
Hold on, the deep web, I've heard of that movie.
Oh, yeah, no, 96% of the internet isn't accessible through standard search engines. Most of it's useless, but it's where you go to find anything and everything. Child porn, Bitcoin laundering, mail-order narcotics, hackers for hire.
How do you access?
All right, the characters from House of Cards talked about it on their show, but the deep web's still something of a mystery for a lot of people. Okay, most people have never even heard of the deep web, but this graphic from innovationmachine.com shows how big it is. Like they just said, 4% of the web content is available on traditional search engines like Google. Meanwhile, the other 96% of what's out there on the web is considered to be the deep web. You have to have a special browser to get there, and they say it's all anonymous. Tom Jelneck, CEO of On Target Web Solutions, joins us now to talk about it. Good to see you.
Great to see you.
This is so creepy conspiracy stuff. A lot of people know about it. A lot of people have never even heard about it. What is the deep web?
So it's a deep, dark, sinister, some might say, area in the web that requires a certain passage to get there. So it's like you have to download a browser just to get there. Fascinating stuff.
That's what kind of freaks me out.
Right.
And I was going to do some research and look and see what's on here, but I'm afraid as soon as I download this browser, the FBI says, hey, look, we got another one here.
You have to do it on Amy's computer.
That's the
key,
rule.
right?
Okay, I'm on that, yeah. So you have to download the browser, and then you're able to get on, and everything's anonymous. Is it really anonymous?
It's anonymous to the point of your own. You have to be wise about what you're doing. So if you're out there shopping for marijuana, John, which I hope you're not, just be smart about what email address you're going to use, because that can be traced back to you.
Okay, a lot of people say that there's some good content out here on the deep web, but you heard him explain in House of Cards, and all the sources say, you know, it's where you hire a hitman, it's where you buy drugs, it's where you get child porn. Is there any good content on the deep web?
There is, and it's a lot of research-related stuff. A lot of journalists will use the deep web in order to move files back and forth, you know, to keep things anonymous. If they're in a country that's questionable or sketchy, they'll use it for that as well.
Is there any reason to go there? I mean, it shows how big it is. If everything that we've seen so far is only 4% of the web, there's obviously a lot of content.
Sure.
Is there any reason why we would go out there?
Only if you're looking for a mercenary, right? If you're looking for pot, if you're looking for drugs, the terrorists are on there. There's weapons you can purchase. It is amazing what you can find and buy on there and get it shipped right to your P.O. box.
You know, they say a lot of these big hackings, a lot of the information exchanges hands on the deep web, and the U.S. government is really afraid of what's out there.
Absolutely.
I guess, what, can't they clamp down on it? If they know this material's out there, can they not clamp down?
Here's the weird thing. The U.S. government actually supports financially a bit of this Tor or the Onion browser to keep things safe and anonymous. So, you know, it's kind of like they could have helped to create a monster that they can't control. It definitely freaks me out.
I assume the government probably uses this.
Yeah, I would think that they absolutely do.
Okay,
yeah.
So the deep web, bottom line, people are going to be questioning this, are going to look it up as soon as they get off, as soon as we're done with this segment. Any reason to go out there?
You're not shopping for Argyle socks on the deep web, John.
Okay, so not something most people even need to check out.
I would steer clear.
All right. Thank you, Tom. Always good to see what your website.
Good to see you on TargetWebSolutions.com.
On TargetWebSolutions.com. All right. Kind of spooky out there, Amy, huh?